It's that time of year already. The time of year that the poppies are out. We got some coffee. So life has been absolutely bonkers. On Tuesday, my uncle tried to insist on doing home health care, but instead, now Senior Protective Services are involved, and we're trying to see if we can get his house even semi-livable enough for him to go back. And I seem to be the only one who's really concerned. So it's been tough. A lot of people are jumping in now that Senior Protective Services agreed with me. I don't know. But let's take a look around the garden and not think about that too much if possible, huh? So all of my usual little potted plants are over here. The asparagus is doing well, though I did not get around to clearing away last year's twigs, so finding, let alone harvesting this year's twigs is a little difficult. And I think I see an asparagus beetle right there. If I got you in frame. Right here. Yeah, so we'll see how it does this year. Letting them grow is really good for the longevity of the plant because they do need to transfer that early spring nutrients they get from the sunlight down into their root system in order to live as long as mine have been living. These are 20-year-old plants, and I hear a lot of people complain that theirs only live 5, so not taking the entire crop immediately is part of how the answer to that is. And the other part is the girls don't live. If you have a berry producing asparagus, only expect 5 years out of it and start planting those little seeds if you don't have enough of the males, because they are, what's that called, dioecious? Is that the right word? Anyhow, there are genders to that plant. You can kind of see that the Arctic strawberry is really loving my yard as a whole, and it's in bloom right now. So I got in here and weeded like last week, and then ever since then it's been shoveling damp clothing off of the floor of my uncle's house pretty much. And then my car broke down, and that's the only reason I'm not doing that today. So those are the little flowers, the white ones, right in the center there. And you can see there's a bunch of those through here. Arctic strawberries prefer shade in like a zone 6 and warmer type of zone. Oh, did we go right under the trees and not actually look? There's cherries that are gonna happen. There's rhubarb all over the place. That's more than what I can deal with. I took some to the mother of a restaurant owner. I'm kind of hoping she'll want more. But we'll see. I know I went down this path, so let's go down this path maybe. I still haven't fully cut down this plum. This was the one that got the first bit of black knot or black rot or whatever you want to call it. Looks like we're really gonna get sweet cherries, and these are just delicious. And keep in mind, it's only like May the 5th right now. Usually everything's still in flower on the trees And we're expecting one more snow this time of year. And here I have like half developed fruit instead. So that's very different. Look at how far along the currants are. And then there's these little baby apples. I need to change the fence on this. Can you see that little baby apple? It's right there. It's green, but it's there. I need to change the fence on that so it's a little bigger of a gap between the food stuff. And this is the Yostaberry. So there you go. This is apparently the kind of winter that Star of Bethlehem actually seeds in, because I haven't had this stuff spread on me before, ever. I've always heard it's invasive, but I've never dealt with it. Well, at any rate, even if I can't get the bulbs out, I don't want those to go to seed. There's some big-leafed thing. Oh, that's Sochan. That's my Sochan over there. Great. At least one of the Sochan lived. There's a possibility that I might mistake that for a weed. And I always worry about that, because I definitely grew up being taught that leaf shape was a weed. It's going to take me a while to get used to that, but this is the Sochan, or the cut leaf Rudbeckia coneflower. Another native edible plant that nobody could make up their mind what to call it. Lovage is doing pretty good. So then let's go up here, because we already came down this aisle. There's really nothing going on in the raised bed. And it turns out it's much harder to care for than I thought it was going to be. Because I can't, like, dig it with leverage, because it's too tall. This was the extra stuff that came from my brother's place. Amidst the rhubarb in here, which I probably should harvest just to give the plants underneath a chance. Amidst that, pretty soon we'll start to see the ground nut get started. It doesn't seem like this false Solomon seal is really getting what it needs over here. I thought this would be a good place for it, but I don't know. Also, I don't know when it's supposed to green up either, though, so I'll probably give it a continued chance. This bleached out plant here is something that was in the basement for quite a while. That is the clove currant. There's a perfectly good asparagus stalk that I might eat today. There's that hazelnut that I'm thinking I want to just actually plant there. And then on the other hand, I've got the potted lind basswood tree that I want to be coppicing and using for people. A lot of people use it for lettuce, and I'd love to do that. As long as it's far enough away from the house that if I'm not super on top of trimming it every year, it's not going to be too close. My gaining privacy type of panic may or may not be the best thing for me ever at this point, because I've got some pretty close to the house mid-sized tree bush things, such as, I don't know when this is ever going to bloom, but this is cucumber magnolia dwarf. Should be dwarf. I have two more young ones grown in the raised bed. This is mock orange. Does anybody know how tall mock orange is supposed to get? Because I didn't think 15 feet was the answer. I thought it was supposed to be much smaller than that. But also I've discovered that if I let it bush out here, then I can't get past. So I am going to be somewhat tree training it. At the very least, like a multi-trunk tree. The pond filled up again. This is silk willow dogwood. All the alliums are blooming open. As you can see here. The peonies are getting dang close. The ants are loving that. They're like big chunky sugar ants, I think, but I could be wrong. And then I did a couple harvests off the stinging nettle, and I do think it helped my pain level to just do it barehanded. As far as like joint pain and stuff, it is supposed to. There's somebody wanting to say hi. Can we see you? Let's come in and see you, huh? Hi. Ma. Yeah. My arm is tired. I love you. I'm gonna go back outside if you don't snuggles. Come on, snuggles. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, I'll be back. So I'm kind of hoping that the fact that that helped my joints will help encourage me to actually continue to do that. I'm not sure what this plant is. Can someone tell me? It's got like a taproot almost. Is that new Baptisia maybe? I'll go back and look at the other Baptisia and see if I'm just like making things up, but the strawberries in this keep wanting to die whenever I put it in the water basin thing. But the figs that were on the fig fell off carrying it in and out of the house. So it does not have young figs on it right now. It still could. The pot on the bottom is so much smaller than the green growth that I'm assuming it's massively pot bound. But also I don't think I have space for more. But what we have here is fig, basswood tree co-planted with snake root, coffee bean tree, if it lived, I can't tell yet. 1, 2, 3, and another one in the back of water locust is what I'm calling it, because it's black locust, but it is a riverside and flood zone tree. And it does not grow with thorns. And it's native, and that is a genetically different item from everything I've studied. I have 2 little plants that I don't remember what they are back there, but hopefully I'll figure it out. And then this is a thorn apple that has different strawberries that are from my brother's camp. We've got potentially our very first Arctic raspberry fruit developing over there. We'll see what happens about that. And then the other variety of Arctic raspberry did survive the winter. It's in a pot set in the ground because I didn't want to disturb it. The coppiced, and this is what coppicing is cutting back to the ground. The coppiced ash, other than having picked a really stupid way to get started, has definitely shown that it's gonna regrow. There we go. See, that's what we want to see. Is something more like that, and probably snip this off and let that be the other side. This year has more little baby maple trees than any year I've ever experienced. Getting a real close-up of Arctic strawberry in the sun here. You can see the flowers are still on the same speed of blooming, I think. Well, it might be a little bit further along because there's little mini fruits, but the leaves are so much smaller. It's kind of cool. I've almost got fruit as grass at this point, seems. So, oh yeah, and the irises. I have irises. Yesterday I had a purple one, but it's kind of finished now and the new one hasn't come yet. And today I got yellow started. There might be more purple along the side. No, not yet. So, yeah, the cliff's also greening up. There's a plant right that roots way like 60 feet down that is the source of all these basswood tree seedlings. That I've been getting. And this is just the first one that I've been able to actually get it strong enough that it's hopefully gonna be resilient to like getting eaten by deer and bunnies. These are little elm trees. Yeah. So that's the garden. Summer has arrived upon us very quickly. Oh, I just noticed the comfrey's blooming now too. Good golly. Look at that. Huh? Yeah. And the miniature catnip. Right there. That my cousin got me. Kind of a scruffy looking flower garden, isn't it? I just don't have the energy to deal with the quantity of mulch needed to be less scruffy looking on as regular a basis as would be necessary. Oh, looks like we're gonna get pink ones started here too soon. Look. There you go. See? Yeah. So, I guess happy early summer because it's only May 5th. And thanks so much for visiting the cliffside and taking a look around. Hopefully my life will get calmer, but I'll do what I can to keep you updated what's going on. Take care. Bye.